Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy. I am back here in the studio with some big news that Mewtwo, yes, Mewtwo has been buffed. Here we go. I'm gonna need to become smart spragels for a second here while we figure this out. Let's take a look at these buffs and let's get into why exactly this happened and what the whole point of the public test server is and if this is going to break the game. I found this on Twitter. I'll have a link to the Twitter here. Pokemon Unite update alert. Here is the patch. Mewtwo patch ability pressure has 5-second cooldown after Mega Evolve. That actually doesn't seem totally insane. Confusion stun duration increased from 0.5 seconds to 1 second. That's actually a pretty considerable increase, one of the bigger increases of this patch. And then you have Psy Strike for Mewtwo X and Y respectively, both getting an upgrade. You also have Recover getting a cooldown decrease and Teleport getting a cooldown decrease. Okay, let's go through this all a bit. First of all, Psy Strike is not very good in my opinion. Like okay, let's start with a controversial take, maybe. Mewtwo X and Y are good Pokemon on the PTS, pretty dang good in some ways, and I actually was pretty underwhelmed with both of them, I have to be honest. I thought we were going to get a much more powerful Pokemon, and I recognize we don't want a Zacian level power for a Pokemon. I think that's a bad place for a Pokemon to release, but also, I don't know. I was not that impressed with Mewtwo X and Y. I recognize probably the biggest thing I was impressed by was the Unite move. The Unite move was absolutely insane. And then Future Sight did some really cool things as well. But in general, I thought this is pretty good. And maybe that's the level it should release at. I'm not going to argue that too hard. But I also thought that they didn't feel that powerful. I have to be honest with you. I think these are not unreasonable changes, even though the idea of buffing Mewtwo, both versions, seems crazy. You're buffing abilities that I was not very impressed with to begin with. If you have played the PTS specifically, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The other thing that we do have to recognize with the test server, this is the whole point of the test server. We even see the state Inteleon was released at, which by the way, if you're watching this video, I'm probably live right now on YouTube and TikTok and Kick and everywhere else I can be live playing Inteleon for the first time because I've been out of town. If you are not aware of this, Inteleon released on the PTS and was pretty bad, I would say, especially Snipe Shot. Snipe Shot was pretty rough, and it's much better as we can see it released into the full game. This is the idea of what they're doing. They're trying to find balance with these Pokemon, but at the same time release something that is very good. And I think we can all agree, at least you can let me know if you disagree, I think we would all agree that we want Pokemon to be released that are really good, exciting, and change the game in fun ways, while at the same time not being so powerful that the Pokemon is a must pick or must play. I think that is the fine line that you're trying to get to right there. You want it to feel powerful, exciting, new, and at the same time, you don't want it to be so great that not having one on your team means that you automatically lose. Those are my thoughts on the Mewtwo changes. I actually think these are somewhat reasonable. Again, I was not that blown away by Mewtwo, and I think these are much needed changes for this Pokemon. But let me know what you think in the comments, and again, I'm happy to be back. Love you all.